What is up, everyone? Welcome in to the Retro Sentai wrap-up, where we are going to be going over episodes 15 through 18, I believe, of Choujin Sentai Jetman. I am Bryce West, a writer and editor for the Illuminerdi.com, and this is my co-host.
Hey everybody, I'm Ian Klingler. Happy to be back here for some more episodes of Jetman.
Yeah, so unfortunately, man, what an episode to miss. Blackwing is unable to join us. I mean, we've got so many great episodes to cover. I thought the one that you missed, Ian, with the ramen noodle monster, I thought that was a rough one to miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackwing is definitely missing out, unfortunately, on this one, because we have got some major story episodes to cover today. But to start off, we're doing 4 episodes. We don't usually do this, but we had the 2 filler episodes and then the 2-parter. And so yeah, we've got a lot to cover. We had a lot of technical difficulties setting up the stream. I'm surprised that we're even on right now, and I'm also running on about 3 hours of sleep. So bear with us.
I feel bad for
it. But we're gonna try to get through this. Ian, I believe you're starting off with episode 15.
Yeah, episode 15, which is High School Student Warrior. Interesting title, but I'm guessing with the title you realize that it is a Akko-focused episode. So it starts them off kind of in a classroom with Akko and a lot of her friends. Because keep in mind, Akko was still in high school. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize it's just that Akko is still in school while doing all this. So she's practicing for a choir competition with her classmates, and so her teacher's like, Akko, I think you're going to be missing, you just need to work on your notes and all that. And they're like, oh, man. And she's like, yeah, I got you. And so they leave, and her and a couple of friends are like, yeah, we need to practice. And then Akko is like, I gotta call, I gotta go. And they're like, what happened? Why aren't you hanging out? Why aren't you practicing? And she's like, but she's like, I gotta go. So then we see the first appearance of our dimensional beast, which is Voice Dimension. And so what Voice Dimension does is suck the voices, or kind of alter the voices, kind of steal the voices away from girls' voices. And so it turns them into very strange and incomprehensible. So they sound like they're monsters or whatever. So they're like, why are you talking like this? I don't know.
Like kind of like the honestly, yeah, they sound like the teacher from Peanuts. Yeah. Except you can still hear the words, but it's kind of still got the same like effect.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're trying to I believe, I don't know if they find him first. I'm trying to see. Because I think they go back to Akko, and Akko is still like trying to practice or whatever, and then she has to leave again, and her friend Kyoko is like, you're supposed to tell me everything. We're best friends, remember? And
the best friend that we've never seen up until this point.
Correct.
And probably will never see again.
Right.
Just like Ryu's grandma, unfortunately. Man, that was probably still the best character.
That's
anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. But so she continues to they continue, and then finally she gets called, and they finally found the voice dimension. He's like trying to steal more voices, and then a guy comes in. It grabs him. He's like, I don't want no male voice. Chucks it. And so Raita notices. He's like, he doesn't want men. He does not want men. So then they fight him, and then the voice dimension use ultrasonic waves to disrupt the team, because it's just, I'm guessing, really loud. It's kind of like nails on a chalkboard, I would say. I'm guessing how they would think about it. But what the weird thing about this is the voice dimension leaves or anything. Like he doesn't cut away or anything. But then it just like quickly cuts to Akko like running to school.
You see, here's the thing. Like Jetman has really weird editing choices. Like I've been noticing this throughout the whole show. And even in the later episodes that we're going to talk about. It's like just some of the places that they choose to cut makes absolutely no sense. Like as an editor, like I go like why did they do it like that? You know, like so yeah, there's definitely some weird moments where it's just like I don't really think that they should have cut right there. I mean, they're I don't know. Like, it's just so weird. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but it just doesn't really make cohesive sense.
But like yeah, I was like, I'm like, okay, you got to cut for time, but like, you could cut something else out, like, to make it more cohesive. Like, it makes no sense. So Akko comes back to the school and she's like, "Where's Kyoko?" And they're like, all of her students are like, "She went off by herself," and she was like, "Oh no," because she's like, "I think the voice dimension is going to steal her voice, and then we can't win in the competition and all that." So the voice dimension appears in front of Kyoko, but Akko comes in, it's like, Kyoko, don't say anything. And then Akko keeps getting beat up, and Kyoko's like, "Stop it!" And then the voice dimension takes her voice and all that, and so she's like, "I can't do it. Like, I can't go out." And so then Akko, like with such determination, is just like, "I'm gonna go find the voice dimension and kick his butt," and then voice dimension steals Akko's voice.
Everybody's voice is just getting stolen around here.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, Akko's like, "All right, I'm gonna change," and then Kyoko, for some reason, decides to follow. It's just like, "Akko, I want to be with you," and Kyoko, and then Akko morphs. Friends. Yeah.
Was that a thing back in the 90s, BFF? I don't think so. Yeah, we weren't around.
But
I'm 2000, you're 01, right? Yep. So.
Right. But so Akko morphs in front of Kyoko and doesn't realize it. And Kyoko's like, "Oh," and Akko's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know." And then they continue to battle and. Let's see, and then
pulling up the Ranger Wiki
I think
article.
He gets away again.
I don't blame you.
I have the entire
it's hard
thing.
To remember these things sometimes.
Oh yeah, and so he goes away again, and Akko is just like, he's like, "I don't know how to do it," and then Wright's just like, "It's because he doesn't." He only wants women. He doesn't want men. So they hatch up this plan.
Do not clip that. Do not take that out of. Wait, there's so many moments probably in this show where if you take like a clip of us talking about the show and take it out of context, it's gonna be the weirdest. I want to see a compilation of those. Actually, I want to see, especially the noodle episode and the vending machine and like. Jetman is probably one of the most, if not the most, well, maybe not the most, but one of the most serious Sentais, but also one of the goofiest at the same time. And it's so, I love it for that. Though. So hold on, real quick. Donnie Pearson in the chat says, "Hello, Bryce, Ian, and all. I hope everyone is well this afternoon. What is up, Donnie Pearson?" And I do want to take a quick moment just to say that everybody watching, that we are going to be answering questions and live chat throughout the show, and we also do have a super chat feature if you guys want to use that. I mean, if you use super chat, we'll definitely get to your message, but if not, then we'll definitely still try to be reading through and try to catch up with you guys as we go along. But anyway, Ian, go ahead and get back into the. Well, once you're done with your Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
All right. So they not sponsored. So they go out and voice dimension is now in an outdoor area and he's like, "There are only men around," and so his like sound meter goes to 0 and he sees like somebody dressed in formal clothing or Japanese clothing. He was like, "Oh, I can scare this woman. And so he's like, and it turns around and it's Raita
That was a
screaming.
funny one.
Like he is like in full like
Yeah.
makeup, dress, everything. He's screaming, and it actually breaks the sound meter. And then it breaks its speakers, and so it returns all of the voices and all that. And so,
And then they pretty
you
much just
know,
fight the guy, right?
uh,
The Megazord and
yeah.
or the Mecha.
But for some reason, okay, there's something like before they like morph or whatever. Like the commander
Oh
brings
yeah.
Kyoko like in there is just like, I believe in you, Akko. And I'm like, what is she doing there?
Yeah, aren't they
Why?
supposed to be like a secret
Why?
identity? Yeah, they're supposed to have some sort of secret identity, right? And then like, I mean, she's in high school,
Yeah.
and like one of her high school friends has like totally seen her be Blue Swan, and you know how high school works. It's gonna get around. In a more realistic scenario. Obviously, this is just a TV show, so they're never going to explore that. I don't think. But yeah, it's just really funny, like how, like, yeah, so like somebody from school knows, and like I get that it's her best friend, and so I guess in that scenario, she would be able to kind of like go like, hey, let's keep this on the down low. But still, it's like one of those deals to
And you'll
where
see that
like
a bit later.
somebody from high school sees you be a ranger, it's gonna be talked about. So, but
Right. So they morph, they defeat them, the monster, and so at the end, it's at the choir competition. You know, the one that we talked about in the beginning of the episode, and so they're all singing, and they're like, "Oh man, you're doing so well." And then Akko's morpher goes off, like, "Hey, like her,
henshin
I don't know
device.
what the heck you would call it. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, device."
Cross
And
changer.
so
Cross changer.
Kyoko like looks out. Cross changer. There we go. And so, Kyoko like looks like glances over, is like, "Yeah, I know what you gotta do." And then Akko's like,
She
"All
goes
right,
up on
I'll
a
go." And so like Kyoko
motorcycle.
steps up, and Akko, yeah, she goes off on a motorcycle. She's like, "I will do this to honor
Like,
my
I'm
school
assuming
and
that
all
she's
that," or like to
probably
honor
like
you, Kyoko.
16, 18, but that's still like, I'm not driving a motorcycle, I'm
Yeah.
20. Now don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't really have any desire to drive a motor or ride a motorcycle, so I guess that's also part of it. I know actually, whenever I was in high school, there was this one kid who would drive to school every day on his motorcycle. And he would always be coming into school with his like leather jacket, like like being all like cool and stuff. Like he's like
So cool. He's like God.
like, yep, look at me, just came in here with my motorcycle. but 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 yeah, no, I can't imagine like I would die like the second I would get on the freaking motorcycle.
I don't think I would do that bad, to be honest. I don't think I would
Really?
do
You don't think so?
that. No,
Like, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I've rode any bike that has a motor. Like, I don't think I've ever. Like, obviously, I've driven a car.
Right.
But I don't think I've driven any sort of motorbike at all.
Not like an ATV or a three-wheeler or.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, our grandparents that for the people at home, obviously but they have a three-wheeler, but I've never driven it.
Oh.
Yeah, the 20 years that I've been on this earth, I've still never. I mean, I've rode on the back of it, but I've never
I know
driven
that.
it myself. But I don't really have any desire to either. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just not my thing. But we went off a little tangent about our personal motorbike experiences. Yeah, does that kind of conclude?
Yeah, that really concludes the episode. Bryce, any thoughts, and what is your rating out of what is it, bird eggs? You
it's bird eggs, feathers, nest, something, I don't know. But it was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. Maybe a 3.5 bird eggs. I mean, it was
Yeah.
nothing special. It was a fairly middle of the road episode.
Yeah, I think it was a good focus episode, to be honest, for Akko, because it was like her dealing with high school and being
I feel like that's the only reason why it's a 3 for me.
Yeah.
Like, just the fact that you don't get to see that very often.
Yeah, I would probably give it a 3.5. I mean, it was a good episode,
I think I'm gonna
but
go
just
3.
kind of a bit bland.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people in the chat, be sure to give us your thoughts down. Well, not in the comments, but in the chat. Well, I guess if you're watching this afterwards, you can put it in the comments. But yeah,
Right.
be sure to be telling us your own personal scores for these episodes as we go forth here today. But now we are going to be moving on to episode 16, Paper Uprising. When a Dimension Beast brings paper drawings to life, Ryu discovers a girl brought forth through the power who is trying to reach someone dear to her. So this was actually a really interesting one. So I believe this was the one that started off right off the bat with the mecha battle at the very beginning, right? There was one.
No,
I think it was this one. Or no, am I thinking of Dino Fury? I think I'm thinking of Dino. I think that happened in Dino Fury. My bad.
This would start out like with the motive, like, hey, something's wrong because the pictures, like people were like missing stuff were missing from like pictures.
I was different show. I was thinking about Dino Fury. That happened in Dino Fury this week, where they started off in the Megazord. Yeah. So basically, we've got, was it the paper dimension or the origami dimension? What was it? Do you remember what it was called?
What was it? It was called the.
I have no idea. Paper dimension.
Yeah, paper dimension. There we go.
And so yeah, we start off with kind of people and things are going missing throughout these paintings and pieces of art and stuff like that. And so, you know, it's kind of like, what's going on? Like, all of these people and all of these objects are going missing. So, you know, what's going on? I mean, I feel like at some point, you know, they're going to have to just assume Vyram, right? I mean,
right.
Like it's just like, you know, like how long have we been doing this? We know it's a Vyram, like, you know, but yeah. So, and one of them was this girl, like I guess this guy who does paintings, always does paintings of his daughter, and she has gone missing from the images, and so eventually the Jetman are fighting Paper Dimension, and this girl pops up playing an ocarina. And it hurts the monster for some reason. Did I miss something there? Did we get an explanation for that? Like, why the ocarina hurts the paper monster?
No, I don't think at that point.
Like, is that just a thing?
I don't think. No,
Okay,
that just happened. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird. But but she kind of just wanders off, and Ryu follows her, and she's trying to kind of go to different places to kind of remember things, and so she goes to this merry-go-round where her father did one of the paintings of her. I should probably have said that whenever they go missing from the painting, they come into the real world.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't mention that part. I just said they went missing.
Right.
And so yeah, I think I explained that wrong at the beginning. But anyway, so eventually, they find out that her father is in the hospital, and so they take her to see her father in the hospital, and you know, they kind of mention about how, you know, this is his daughter, but then the doctor says, this dude has no family. Like, what are you talking about? he has no family. It's impossible. He doesn't have a daughter, and so that's like, okay, that's interesting. And well, we later go on to find out that the daughter was actually killed in a car accident, and
Okay, I gotta talk about that car accident for a bit.
okay.
Okay, because so the father was sitting on the right side because that's how people internationally wise, that's where they
Basically,
sit
everybody
on the
except
driver's side.
us, right, drives on the left.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so she's sitting on the left side. A dog comes out in front, and where does he go? He turns right. So here's my question: if it killed her, why didn't it kill him? Like that makes no sense.
But he was a very
Because
fortunate man. He
like it makes no like you
No,
understand
I
what
see
I'm
what you're
talking
saying.
about. Like
Well, and we also don't ever see what they crashed into. So it could have been like
I thought,
it could have been something like he swerved and they spun and hit a wall on her side. You see what I'm doing? So like
AB.
they're driving and they spin and hit a wall like that.
Ah,
And so it is possible that only
right.
she would have been, and also depending on how fast they were going. So I do think it's possible for her to have been killed, but yeah, I mean I do agree that and by the way, he's not in the hospital because of this car accident. This was like years ago.
No,
So this is completely different. I know this is all over the place.
I know.
Yeah. So they find out that she's dead, and so they're kind of like just she's reuniting with the father, and so they go and they go back and fight the paper dimension, and she comes back and with her ocarina and starts doing her thing again. I don't know. This has been a couple days since I'm gonna need your help here,
Right,
because I watched this like quite a few days ago.
right.
But let's see. Yeah, very
Yeah,
professional
because
show that
she
we've got
goes
going on right now.
right. So she went to go find the real ocarina because her fake one was destroyed by Tran.
Yeah. Right.
And so she came back and went back to the father, and the father and like played her ocarina, and the father like turned out to be fine. Then she went to go help the Rangers, and so she was playing it, and then she gets shot by, I think it was, I don't know if the paper dimension shot her or if it was Tran again. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
she gets shot.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, she gets hit, and then Ryu kind of takes her back, and then no, he doesn't.
No.
She doesn't go back afterwards, right? Because
No,
she's done.
because she died. Yeah,
Yeah.
she died after she got shot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a weird episode.
This is a weird episode.
Yeah, and just another reminder, I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep.
Right.
So just bear with me a little bit. But yeah, I like the premise of the episode. It's definitely kind of weird all over the place. I think it's definitely better than the other filler episode that we had. Oh, and then they fight the monster, then they get into their robot, and then.
Yeah.
But and then that's it. And then the dad's fine.
And then the dad's fine, and then it showed the painting of the daughter, and you're like, the daughter is now
she's
smiling in the
smiling
painting.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, which it's a creep. Like it looks more like a creepy smile than it is like a happy smile, and I'm like,
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't know if that was an improvement, guys.
Yeah, but I enjoyed this episode a little more. I'll give it a 3.5. Still nothing to write home. It was definitely a much more interesting concept. It was less boring.
Right.
And so I'll give it a 3.5 because it's not even gonna come close to the episodes that we're getting ready to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So
my problem with this episode was it really didn't focus a whole lot. This was supposed to be a Ryu-focused episode, but it wasn't.
Kind of.
Like, it kind of was. But
I wasn't really
wasn't.
supposed to be a Ryu focused episode though. I think it was really just focused on the girl.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And I don't really think that's a bad thing.
No, not really.
It was just
But
really confusing at times. Like what is
yeah,
going on? Like there's a paper monster, but it gets hurt with an ocarina. Like is that might be some sort of Japan thing? I don't
maybe.
know.
This is
That
about as
might just be
confusing
me being American. I don't get it.
this is
Uh,
about as confusing as the bus one. Like, I was so confused on that
the
one.
vending machine one was really bad too. Not bad, but like confusing.
Right.
Like
Right.
uh,
But
so
I would give this a 3 out of 5 because it was still good, but just not in
okay.
not in the story wise. So
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah. Be sure to give us your thoughts on this episode in the live chat as well. Donnie Pearson gave episode 15, the Akko focused episode, a 10 out of 10. And he said that he saw Dino Fury's mid-season finale yesterday, priceless and timeless. It was really good. It was amazing. Like, yeah, Dino Fury is going to be a top tier Power Ranger season for sure. I mean, they are off. They are off to an incredible start. I mean, it is definitely by far the best season in the past 10 years. Easy. At least with the start, they could. I mean, obviously, there's still a lot more episodes to go, but just with what we're seeing in these first 8 episodes, I mean, there have been few misses. So yeah, I'm really loving Dino Fury so far.
All right, so we are back with episode 17, the revived Empress. So this starts off with a meteor heading towards. I don't know if it was heading towards Earth or it was just heading towards.
I think the villain base or whatever it's called.
No, because it lands like on Earth. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, and so
right, yep. Go ahead.
right, and so then it cuts to. A shopping center where like Akko and Kaori are like trying to buy swimsuits and all that, and Ryu's like, "Oh my gosh, why are we here? Why are we here?" And so, guy like becomes like so frustrated. They like pulls Kaori aside, and like puts her in an elevator by herself, and then the other three are like trying to chase after her.
With Guy, not just herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Guy.
Yeah, they both go
into
the elevator by themselves. Yeah. I got you.
Right. And so then Raita and Ryu and Akko go into the other elevator, and they're going up the floors, and Guy's like, why? Why can't you be with me? Why can't you do it? And so.
Song and dance.
Back to this whole shimmy, but then the meteor whatever crashes and it makes a whole like city shut down, like everything loses power, and so the elevators stop moving. They're like, okay, what the heck is going on? And so guys like asking Kaori like, do you like me? Why don't you like come on, like me, please, like love me. And then Raita's like, man, if Guy even lays a finger on Kaori, I'm gonna beat him up. Like, dang. And so let me see. It looks like that. Yeah.
Well,
so
what are you looking for? Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to look for the answer that Kaori gave Guy.
Oh, she didn't give him one. She didn't say anything.
Really?
I thought she did. He was just kind of like shaking her, and no, she never gave him an answer.
And so they finally the power goes back on. They get up to the elevator, And then Raita like comes up, it's just like, Guy, what did you do? And Guy's like, what are you, a pervert or something like that? And so they break the fight up, and then they have to go see what the meteor crash was.
Yeah.
And inside is Empress Juuza. And Empress Juuza is a badass. I will say that.
Yeah, you're telling me. Like, yeah, she
Holy
is.
crap.
Yeah, like I was watching these two episodes, and I was just gonna be, I was just going like, how in the world are they gonna defeat her? Like,
Uh-huh.
like it was incredible. Like she is
Yeah.
powerful.
Uh-huh. And so she like attacks the Jetman with like one swing. And then of course the old Jetman way cuts without even like her going away or nothing, or Jetman running away or nothing. It's just like cuts to them in kind of the villain's base, and they're all bowing. Gray and Tran and Radiguet are all bowing to her, and like, we thought you were dead. I was, but I lived. And so she's like, I went into a deep sleep, and now I have new powers. And then I have this egg. And she's like, I know what I must need to do. And so what she does is give people pain in their bodies. Now, in the preview of this, because after the ends of episodes, like, they'll give you like a preview. I thought it was just going to be like in their head, they're just going to feel pain.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. So the pain is coming from crystals that are shooting out of the bodies of like innocent people, or anybody that
too.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's
like I was sick to my stomach just watching
like
that.
It is some like I was not expecting that, for Super Sentai, because I know that Super Sentai is a little more mature and a little more serious in some seasons than Power Rangers, but I mean this is like oh my gosh, you can never show that on American television. I mean, that is like I was just like, oh my gosh, like ugh.
Yeah. So the reason why she's doing it is because the pain and the suffering will hatch the egg called Semimaru. And so, like, as more pain, as more screaming that people have, like, it gets bigger and bigger. And so they all try, and so Jetman finally attack her, and I believe, she fires, her head crystal, and because I think they fight and they, are down on the count, and Juuza's like, enough of this, and so she fires her head crystal, which is what gives people, the crystal shooting up their legs or whatever, and was aiming it at Kaori, but Guy jumped in the way and took it. So he took the blast, and so he was like, so they just got out of there, and then it goes back into the villain's base, and Radiguet's like, I want her out. I want to be king. Yeah. And so she like turns her back, or he turns his back on her, and then Juuza just literally beats the living crap out of her, or beats the crap out of him. And so she like punishes him and sends him through like a hole. It's just like, you will become a human and live like an insect. And so he falls to the ground and transforms into an ordinary human. And so I think that at the end of this episode, the Jetman realized that Guy is like starting to show like crystals on his self. And then it cuts to this random girl wandering on the beach. It sees a human, that's Radiguet, laying unconscious. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's very crazy. That is.
yeah, I was watching this and I was just like, oh my gosh, like the whole time, like it's just like
Uh-huh.
I can't believe they're doing this right now. Like
Uh-huh.
this is crazy, and the violence like was just
Uh-huh.
like I mean, oh my lord, especially since I wasn't expecting it. Like, I
Right.
mean, there was blood. I mean, you could literally see the crystals coming out of their neck and their skin, and there was like, yeah, and like I said, there was blood, and like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, I'm already kind of like squirmish with that kind of stuff, and but then just to see it like, and like, and I'm not expecting it at all, like that was just like, ugh, like, but I mean, overall, I mean, the episode was awesome. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
the Empress, or do they just call her Emperor? I can't remember.
They call her Empress Juuza.
Yeah, yeah, Empress Juuza is freaking amazing. Like I don't want to. Well, I guess if you're watching this, you've probably seen it. But
Right.
I wish we could have seen more of her.
Oh
And
yeah.
have her be around for longer because she is so freaking
I
awesome.
like how
Like such a badass.
I like how in the time like she got there, she's like, "All right, I already know what I'm doing." Like and like does it
Yeah.
in like 30 minutes to like an hour, whereas the other four are just like, well, we'll just wait for we'll give one person and then just wait and all that and like, darn, we're foiled. Well, tomorrow's another day. So,
Right.
but she was like, "Nope, I'm right here. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Yeah, I already got a plan. I've been here for millions of years. Let's do this."
Yeah. So, um, Ian, what are your thoughts? What would you rank this episode?
I would rank this. I would rank this 5 out of 5. I think this
Yeah.
was a really, really good episode. I mean, it was more or less more focus of Juuza and Radiguet
Yeah.
as more of a focus episode rather than the Rangers, which I like that. I think that
Yeah.
puts a lot of story into the villains besides like Maria because she
Right.
is Ree, but I think this was a good episode overall, and it really leads into the second part of this two-parter.
Yeah, I think I got to give it a 5 out of 5 as well. I mean, putting the really gory stuff aside, like story wise,
Mm-hmm.
this was a really awesome episode. I am interested. This love triangle with Guy, Ryu, and Kaori is really got me interested.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing where they're taking that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be a really cool part of the season. But yeah, I think that's an easy 5 out of 5.
Oh yeah.
Seeing the stuff with Radiguet, and especially what we're getting, what it builds up for next episode. Yeah, I'm. But let's see. We got Thomas Franco in the chat. He says hi. What's up, Thomas?
Hey Thomas.
Talking about some Choujin Sentai Jetman. We're moving on now to episode 18. And the episode title the episode title for this, how do I say this? So episode 18 is called Guy Dies. And how they and
Right
how
to the
they
point.
let me let me start off with they start this episode like usually they have the title card, they go dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
But they start this episode like Guy's like in pain, he's like screaming, like he's got like crystals coming out of his chest and his neck,
Uh-huh.
and and he's like in excruciating pain, and then it just does a freeze frame on Kaori trying to help him, and he goes dun, 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 and it gets just Guy dies at the bottom.
Yeah, Guy dies.
I don't know, like it's just like so ridiculous that oh
Guy
man,
dies.
like yeah. But I this episode is really something because really the episode is called Guy Dies, but again this is really focused on Radiguet and the girl that he meets, Saki. Basically she brings him back to her place or whatever, her house, and they're kind of tending to him or whatever, and he wakes up, he has no idea who he is, where he is, blah blah blah, and he kind of, you know, the girl kind of grows fond of him, and I think likewise the other way around, and you know, so they kind of start to form some sort of bond, and eventually after a while, Radiguet learns that Saki, the girl, is actually sick, and she takes him out to the beach or whatever, and I guess she found some sort of rock, stone, pebble, like shell. I don't know, but it was something you're supposed to wish upon, and she wished for him to remember who he is, or to get his memory back, and and I'm like, oh no,
that was a bad wish.
You just wasted your. I mean, you. I mean, he literally wants to annihilate you, like. I mean, but he doesn't remember who he is, so he doesn't know that he's like this evil overlord or whatever. So he's like actually falling in love with her, and so but yeah, and so we move over. Well, actually, real quick before we go on to that, he actually heals her. Radiguet.
Oh yes.
I guess has the power to heal her, and he does that, and so she is free of whatever illness that she has. But then we move over to the Rangers, and Guy is pretty much dying.
Screaming
next to Kaori. Well, I guess dying. I guess that's what we're going with, because it's Guy dies, I guess. So, but and so like Kaori is like kind of talking to him, and he just goes, go away, you don't like me, you don't want anything to do with me, go away. So he just looks at her and goes, Kaori, and then he runs off, and then turns into a crystal, and I guess that's
no, you missed the part where he's like yeah, he was like laying on the tree, he's like, it'll be all right, I'm happy to die and all that, and then you like comes to like 15-second like realization, he's like, wait a minute, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. He's just like freaking out, and so he starts running, and then he turns into the crystal.
Right. Yeah, like, but he turns into a crystal,
gosh.
Which I guess is him dying.
Yes.
I don't know. The episode's called Guy Dies, so I guess that's the closest he gets. And so, but yeah. So basically, then it's just the four, and Radiguet is back with Saki, and they're kind of falling in love. You know, they're frolicking through the yard or whatever, and so they go to hug each other, but then Radiguet gets this like pain or whatever, and so and so he runs off, and then Saki follows him, and the Rangers are going to fight Juuza to stop her from, you know, like killing people, and I guess turning them into crystals, which for me isn't killing them, because they're obviously not dead, because they all came back, but this is so cool, because he runs up, and then Saki's like what are you doing? Snap out of it, and then he turns back into Radiguet, and starts fighting off Juuza, and he teams up with the freaking Jetman to take her down. I thought that was so cool. That was so awesome. And not only does Radiguet team, but the whole freaking crew teams up with the Jetman to take her down. That was such a cool moment, because I'm like, okay, so to stop her, like, the bad guys are gonna have to literally team up with the Jetman, and then that's what they do, and that was so cool. I loved that so much. Like that was such a cool thing that they did.
So there was one thing. Okay. So Kaori broke the head crystal, which is how she like.
Well, right. Yeah, I was gonna get there. Yeah.
So right, but here's the weird thing. So Guy was in like a park whenever he was turned into a crystal.
Yeah.
But whenever he comes back, he's in the base.
So I guess they picked him up and took him back. I guess. But imagine how heavy that thing would have been, though.
I know.
Like, what they did? Like, did they have to get their little like jet wingers or whatever they're called to like come and pick him up? Yeah. Like what? Like, how did they get him back into the base?
Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird moment. But then Guy like basically comes back and single handedly takes her down. Like the Rangers and the Vyram, they kind of warmed up a little bit. They it's kind of like, whenever you're opening, like, you can't get like a can opened or something,
Right.
and or like a bottle, and then you hand it to like your friend or something, and then they get it immediately, and it's just, oh well, I warmed it up for you. And so that's
Yeah.
that's kind of what the Rangers and the Vyram did, because Guy literally just comes in, basically, whoa, almost dropped my phone. Basically just like one big slash, and then she's done. And so it's just like, oh well, that's kind of anticlimactic, but they gotta end the episode at some point. So, but yeah, guy takes her down, and then what do they do at the end? They do, oh right, what do they do at the end?
Oh,
This
yes.
is like, oh my gosh, this was insane.
Oh my.
So Saki confronts Radiguet and goes, turn back to
Whoa,
your
whoa, whoa,
human
whoa,
self.
whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
You're a bit ahead of yourself. You're a bit ahead of yourself.
Back. We can go back.
Just Juuza. Okay. Okay, so Juuza is still not destroyed, so she still has like her egg or whatever. Yeah, she was not destroyed. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're here to destroy
That was
her."
afterwards.
No, that was before.
You want me to pull up the episode right now?
I have the Ranger Wiki on here. I have it on.
Hold on.
And it says that it was the Juuza versus Radiguet fight, and then it was Saki.
Whatever, dude. That literally doesn't matter. We could have gone right back to whatever. You've already go ahead.
So Radiguet actually kills Juuza and takes the egg, and then Saki comes in.
Oh well, okay. Yeah, that was a pretty important part where.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot that Guy. Well, I forgot that Guy wasn't the one that killed her.
Right.
Because he does the final blow, but then Radiguet finishes her off. I forgot about that. But,
right.
But yeah, that's right. And then he takes the egg, and then so Radiguet, where Saki meets up with Radiguet, and she goes, you need to turn back into human. You're good. You know what love is. And then he kind of hesitates. You see his human face for a second.
Oh yeah.
And that was such a wonderful shot. And I actually want to get to another really cool shot in a second, but because these two episodes had some really good ones. But yeah, you see his human face partially, and then he kind of contemplates about it, because he has to really think about it. But then he turns back into his Vyram face, and then he literally just turns around and then goes, what did he say? Love is a foolish emotion, or something, or love is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he freaking kills her. Like she just disintegrates and she's gone.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like they were doing this whole love story thing and everything, and she's dead. Like she's never coming back. Like
No.
I had to look it up. Like she never appears again. She is dead.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
just like, oh my lord, these two episodes were just brutal. Like, but another really cool shot. I just thought about this. I think it's whenever they're fighting Juuza for the first time in the last episode, and they're in their civilian forms, and then she shoots at them, and there's an explosion, and then they immediately run out in their Jetman uniforms seamlessly. Like I just loved that shot. Like just as somebody who's done film stuff in the past, I absolutely love that, and I even hit rewind too, because I'm like, I gotta go see that again. and it was just like, oh my gosh, such an amazing shot, an amazing cut too. You can't really see the cut very well, and so yeah, it was that was a really cool shot as well. But Ian, what are your thoughts on episode 18? Guy dies.
Oh my gosh, that was a very, very good episode. I really, really enjoyed it. Really was a good episode for Radiguet as well, because it was
Yeah.
it was more of him torn between him being a human and him being a Vyram. And then at the end, just like I'm a Vyram and I'm gonna do what I want, and then he gets the egg that hatches into the ultimate destruction, which was like I think they called it like Semi Maru or something like that. I can't remember what it was called,
Right. Yeah.
but nonetheless, I mean it was a really good episode, really good fight sequences. So I'd have to give this 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think 5 out of 5 is pretty much it. I mean, these 2 episodes were absolutely incredible, really brutal.
Yeah.
But absolutely incredible with the characters and even the villain stuff. I mean, yeah, definitely a wonderful set of episodes. A really, really good two-parter. And yeah, I can't wait to see where this keeps going from here, because Jetman so far is absolutely amazing. So let's see. Let's try and see if we can get some previews going on what we're going to be seeing coming up. Episode 19, Kaori loses her mind when she is manipulated by a fortune-telling dimension beast who claims it can see her death. So that's episode 19. I Can See, that we're going to be covering next week.
Okay.
Episode 20, Marriage Vacuum Cleaner. Guy is forced by a pesky girl to save her sister and other potential newlyweds from a love-stealing vacuum cleaner dimension beast. And episode 21, Walking Garbage, where a pile of garbage, which includes a beloved toy of Akko's, becomes a dimension beast who only wants to do good and protect his master. So that is what we've got coming up next week. Seems like it's going to be a couple goofy ones, but I'm really looking forward to that. But Ian, before we wrap up, do you have any parting words?
No. I mean, I really wish Blackwing was here.
I
To see
know. We're gonna have
all
to have
this.
like a full segment at the beginning of the next episode where he's gonna give his quick thoughts. Because
Right.
yeah, he definitely we definitely need some of his thoughts on at least the last 2 episodes. Because those 2 were insane. But otherwise than that, guys, I think it's gonna wrap it up. So thank you all so much for watching the Retro Sentai wrap up. Be sure to hit subscribe, turn on those post notifications to be notified on all our other shows here on the Illuminerdi. We got the Ranger wrap up, the Retro Ranger wrap up, and the Sentai wrap up, where Bren and Heirloom are covering Zenkaiger. So be sure to check all those out and all of our other shows here on the Illuminerdi. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. And remember, here at the Illuminerdi, we're always watching. Take care.